I'm Keith Bovier with DEQ's Office of Pollution Prevention. Today's video is for anyone who's interested in joining the Virginia Environmental Excellence Program Sustainability Partners Program. We call it VEEP SP for short. There's another VEEP track called the EMS track, or Environmental Management System. Obviously, the difference between the two is to be in the EMS track, you have to have an environmental management system. Today, we're only interested in sustainability partners, and we're interested in sustainability partners because it's about organizations that are moving towards environmental sustainability. If you're moving towards environmental sustainability, then you're helping DEQ do its job, which is protect Virginia's environment. You also have a lot of great information about how you're doing that and your successes, and we like that information because we use it to put back out in our outreach efforts. As to why you should be interested in the program, I'm going to turn it over to Jennifer Bauder. She is the Senior Environmental Health and Safety Manager for Prince William County. Prince William County has been in the program for many, many years, and she will give you some insights into the program. Jennifer?
Great, thank you, Keith. Yes, Prince William County government has been in this program since it was started, so over 10 years now. And we like it for a number of reasons. The first is it is very easy and very flexible. So it lets us really make changes when we need to, when things within our organization change and we need to set new goals and report different kind of numbers than maybe we had planned on. And for us, it's really a great opportunity to have this annual prompt, this moment to really look back at what we've done in the last year and compile some of that data and kind of take credit for that and be recognized for that data and what we've accomplished. It also lets us look at activities that may not be as number-based, that may be more things like educational outreach or some kind of work group we've created to really focus on some environmental measures. Our workers really like it because they also get recognized. It's a recognition from DEQ that they've done a great thing and that they have contributed to the overall sustainability program within the county. And then it also gives us that once a year moment to stop and think about what our new goals are and what we want to do in the coming year. And then for us, the final reason we really like this program is it really connects a lot of our groups and departments that may otherwise not be working together on projects. So for example, we have a stormwater protection goal, and we have fire and rescue that participates in that, our fleet management, our libraries, our parks, all these different groups who are all doing small things at their site. And when we put all those numbers together and have a cumulative effort, it really connects them and really shows what an impact we're making on the environment. So for us, it has been a really fantastic program, and we just can't recommend it enough.
Thanks, Jennifer. We appreciate that. The last part of this presentation is going to be me running through our application form for SP. I'll leave my camera off so it's not obstructing the application. All right, this is our 2024 Sustainability Partners application. It's due May 15th, 2024. Typically, these applications are due by May 15th each year. There are 4 parts. This first part is just general information about your organization, name, what you do, addresses, contact information. There's a section where we ask you to list your facilities that are participating. If you have a lot of facilities participating, you can just send us an attachment. You don't have to spend a lot of time filling this out. If you go down a little further, you can see we ask if you're in the EMS track. E2, E3, and E4 are designations in the EMS track of VEEP. We tend to have a lot of overlap in these 2 programs. There's also a question about if all of your facilities are included in the application. Occasionally, we'll have an organization with a lot of facilities, and maybe 1 or 2 facilities is having a compliance issue, so they will remain out of the application. Obviously, it's a little counterintuitive to be applying for environmental recognition when you're not in compliance. That's really been the main reason why I've seen facilities not include all of their, organizations not included their facilities in the program. So that was part 1, very general. Going down to part 2, we're asking about how you are integrating sustainability into your culture. We ask if you have a policy, a standard policy, a written policy that's formal. I'll note that you don't have to have the word sustainability in your policy. I see many environmental policies that don't have that, but we do require that. And optional questions if you have any awards. Typically, these organizations that are high performers have a lot of awards and recognitions. Maybe they've gotten awards from Energy Star or other EPA programs, or maybe they're a member of Businesses for the Bay, or Elizabeth River Stars, something like that. So any outside recognition you've reached from other peer groups, something like that. Other also optional, but typically what I see there are maybe policies supporting the environmental policy. Maybe you have an idling policy, energy conservation, telework policy, all things that will reduce your impact on the environment. Another question is, how are you addressing climate change? This is optional, but this is really valuable to us. This is addressing climate change is a real priority issue for, I would say, everyone. And I see a lot of people saying, well, we're going to be carbon neutral by 2040 or 2050, and that's really great. That's a great goal, and we want to know how you're going to do it, because we want to be able to have that information available to others. Being carbon neutral by 2040 and 2050 is just an example I was using there, but any information in this realm is really valuable to us. Part 3, recent accomplishments. This is where we want to hear about any partnerships that you've embarked on. Maybe you've just done some outreach, you're mentoring another facility or organization, you're partnering with an NGO, you've held like an Earth Day event or America Recycles Day event. One of the requirements is you have an external partnership. And this doesn't have to be formal. You don't have a written agreement or a memorandum of understanding or anything like that. It can be relatively informal. One example would be we have a municipality that's helping the Virginia Commonwealth University, VCU, collect oyster shells from the restaurants in its fence line. And they are using those to help build back the oyster beds along the coast. So I think that's kind of a fun one. Another member is a city who is collaborating with the county and a college, and they are working on climate change. They want to be able to pool their resources. They want to have unified goals, and they want to make sure they're not doing anything that's redundant. Engagement process, basically your communication strategy. This is optional also, but what are you doing to reach the people in your community? What are you doing to reach the people on your under your umbrella, your workers, your staff, things like that? Do you have an internet? Maybe you do have an environmental management system. If you have any feedback on that, we love to hear it. All right. And then we also want to know what you're doing in terms of goals and projects. Specifically, we'd like to hear at least one goal or project with a metric, a numerical value to it. And you can see in this section, there are lots of categories to report on: air, water, waste, energy, all the big ones. I'm sure we can have something here that's going to fit what you're doing. Going down here, you can see you can have a goal. One applicant has like an energy management goal, and underneath that they have projects where they are doing a LED retrofit on street lamps and street lights. They're working on the building envelopes of their facilities to improve energy and promote energy conservation. Maybe they have got a renewable energy goal. They're putting rooftop solar on buildings. They're also maybe greening their fleet, something like that. So you can report on any one of those things, or they could report any one of those things with a metric. You can see down here a little further, you can pick your baseline year. We found that a lot of organizations maybe have baseline years where they're going from 2018 and they have a goal for 2030. So you can use whatever baseline year you want. And since you're applying for recognition in 2024, your reporting year will be 2023. I mentioned a lot of energy opportunities to report on. People report on composting. People report on recycling. That's a very popular one, easy one to get metrics for. So there's a lot of choices here. We just ask for one numeric report. It doesn't even have to be improving. The idea here is you can't manage what you don't measure. But typically we get more than one numeric report, and it's always showing improvement. Speaking of showing improvement, the last section of the application is future commitments. We want to hear what your next ideas are. Typically these are building blocks on what you're already doing, or it could be an entirely new idea. We just want to know that your sustainability efforts are ongoing. If you apply one year and then you reapply the next year and you weren't able to move forward on these commitments, there's no penalty or reprisal. We know things don't always work out the way you plan them to. We just want to know what your ideas are. Again, this is all just information for us, finding out what the community is doing to move towards sustainability. Here at the bottom of the application, if you have any questions, you can write to veep@deq.virginia.gov, and it'll probably be routed to me or one of my other colleagues here. If you have any questions on any applications or questions as you go, don't hesitate to ask us. We want you to be in the program. We want to hear from you. We want to recognize you for what you're doing. We certainly are willing to work with you to get you in the program. If you want to know or see the Sustainability Partners page, you can just go to www.deq.virginia.gov and then search Sustainability Partners, and you can see the application there, and we have instructions posted and past winners. So that is basically the application. I just wanted to thank everyone for their attendance and their interest in the program. I wanted to mention that if you're already a member, you will be getting a filled out application for you to update for this year. So once you're in the program, you won't be starting from scratch every year that you renew. You'll be building on kind of an existing application. And again, Office of Pollution Prevention is always here to help. And we really look forward to seeing our applications because they're a big help to us. We will go ahead and end the webinar. I appreciate your time. And Jenny, I appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you.